Hello and welcome to Challenge Your Mind, Change the World, the podcast where we dive deep into the art of communication and critical thinking, and how these essential skills can transform our relationships and our futures with our teens. I'm your host, Francesca Hudson, the classic high school teacher, a writer, entrepreneur, and an advocate for meaningful conversations. Each episode, I explore strategies and share insights on how parents can enhance their communication with their children. It's not just about talking, it's about listening, understanding, and fostering an environment where critical thinking thrives. I'm here to equip you with the tools not only for immediate improvements in your family interactions, but also to set up our teens for long-term success in every aspect of their lives. So whether you're on your morning commute or winding down for the evening, join me as we unlock the potential of our conversations to shape a brighter, more thoughtful world. Let's get started. Hello, welcome back. Today I want to talk about confidence, but not the loud kind, not the performative kind, and certainly not the kind that looks good on the outside but collapses the moment something feels hard. Today, instead, I want to talk about the quiet kind of confidence, the kind that lives underneath the surface, the kind that sounds like, I can figure this out, I don't understand it yet, but I know what to do next. I trust my brain even when things feel messy, because that kind of confidence doesn't just help teens get through school, it changes how they see themselves as learners, as thinkers, and as capable human beings. And once that shift happens, everything else starts to move. Grades, motivation, resilience, even the way they talk to themselves. So without further ado, let's jump into this episode, which talks all about the confidence shift that changes how our very hardworking teens see themselves as learners. Okay, so here's something important to understand. Most teens don't lose confidence because they're lazy or unmotivated or incapable. They lose it slowly, sometimes without us even realizing, quietly in the shadows, increment by increment. And what I mean by that is confidence can erode simply through red pen feedback that tells them what's wrong but not how to fix it, or through instructions that feel vague or overwhelming. Or it could be through assignments where the expectations are never fully explained and your teenager might just need a little bit of extra help understanding what the task requires, but they're too shy or too confused to know what to ask for. Or it could be through watching classmates just get it while they're stuck and they don't really want to show that they're stuck. It could be through trying and trying again and still feeling like they're missing something everybody else seems to understand. Then eventually something shifts internally as a result of all of this. And they stop thinking, this is hard. And they actually start thinking, I am bad at this. That's when confidence doesn't just drop, it actually changes shape. It turns into avoidance. It turns into shutdown or perfectionism or the classic, I don't know. Even when they do know, they just need a little bit more scaffolding. And over time, a belief forms, I'm just no good at school. Or they might think, I'm bad at English. Or they might think, I'm not smart. And that belief doesn't stay in one subject. It becomes part of their identity, their whole identity, not just at school, but it spills over into their everyday life as well. So it's actually quite a significant confidence shift when you look at it in the context of what is going on internally. And so we need to address that. And we need to come up with some sort of a confidence shift to get them back on an even keel. And what I'm going to suggest to you is subtle, but it's powerful. And the shift is this. We want to change the mindset of our children or our teens from I need to be smart. We need to change that mindset and we need to change it to I need a system. Because I'll let you into a little secret. Confident learners don't rely on talent. They don't. They don't rely on motivation or memory or being naturally good at something. They actually rely on tools. And I'll tell you what I mean by that. So they know how to break down a task so it doesn't feel overwhelming. They know how to organize information so it makes sense to them, to their brain. They know how to approach studying with a plan. They've got a study plan. Or they know how to start writing without freezing. They've got their own little tricks to do that. And they also know how to manage time without panic. And here's the important part. Once teens learn how to do those things, confidence doesn't have to be forced. It just grows naturally. Because confidence isn't a personality trait. It's a response to competence. And when a teen knows what to do next, their nervous system settles. That subconscious reaction that they have to writing or they have to English or they have to exams, that settles. When the process makes sense, their brain stops fighting itself. And then when success becomes repeatable, well, that's when belief follows, and then you'll see the confidence shift happen. So we want to be able to rebuild their academic identity. And this is the part I love the most, because when a teen starts experiencing small, consistent wins, something really beautiful happens. They stop saying, I'm bad at English. And instead they start saying, I know how to structure this now. They stop saying, I'm dumb. And then they start saying, I just didn't understand the process before. And it's brilliant. It's beautiful. They stop shutting down. They start engaging, not because school magically became easier, but because they finally feel capable inside that confidence shift. And that becomes not just a confidence shift. It becomes an identity shift. From I'm the kid who struggles, their identity changes to I'm someone who knows how to learn. And once that identity changes, it carries into everything. New subjects at school, new challenges both inside and outside the classroom, and even life beyond school, at home, in the workplace, with family. That's the kind of confidence that lasts. And that's exactly why I created my academic confidence systems. They're not just about improving grades, although that absolutely happens. They're about rebuilding belief. They give teens the tools, the frameworks, and the thinking structures that were never explicitly taught, but were always expected to magically have. And if your teen has started to doubt themselves, if school has become a source of anxiety instead of curiosity, and if you've watched their confidence quietly shrink over time, you're not alone. And more importantly, this isn't permanent. There is a way back. So I will link in the show notes my Teen Academic Blueprint. It is a complete course which shows them how to study, how to set timeframes for work, for output, how to be able to read exam questions, how to be able to manage their workload inside and outside of school. I will link that resource in the show notes if you would like to explore more. So let's circle back to what we were talking about at the start, the confidence shift that changes how our teenagers see themselves as learners, first and foremost, but it does spill out into everyday life. I want to leave you with this. Your teen does not need fixing when it comes to confidence and learning. They don't need more pressure. They don't need tougher expectations. They don't need to try harder. What they do need is belief, they need support, and they need the right tools. And when those pieces are in place, then their confidence returns, not loudly and not all at once, but steadily, quietly, and stronger than ever. I've really enjoyed talking about confidence today. It is one of my absolute passions when it comes to teenage learning, because confidence is the backbone behind all academic output at school. So thank you for taking the time to join me today. I have loved having you on board. Until next time, bye for now. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's episode of Challenge Your Mind, Change the World. I hope you found our discussion enriching and that you're walking away with new ideas to enhance communication and critical thinking within your own family. If you enjoyed this episode and are finding value in our conversations, please take a moment to rate us on your favourite podcast platform. Your feedback not only supports us, but also helps other parents discover the tools they need to foster stronger relationships and critical thinking speaking skills with their teams. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an episode, and share this with someone who you think could benefit from our today's topic. I'm Francesca Hudson, and I look forward to joining you again next time as we continue to challenge our minds and change the world. Until then, keep thinking critically and communicating effectively.